Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Pillars of Eternity. We have just found our way into the Gilded Vale, having lost our entire company to some rather weird, fantastical things. I don't really know what we're doing here. Oh. That's a lot of dead men hanging on a tree.
You must be one of the new settlers. Welcome to Gilded Vale. You'll be pleased to know that we've had some recent vacancies here.
He glances at the gnarled, leafless monstrosity of a tree next to him. You welcome everyone this way? The only answer you hear is the buzzing of flies from the tree.
Of course, we'll need to make some inquiries first. The inestimable Lord Radric VII has taken great pains to insulate our town from Widewind's legacy. Have you ever sired a Hollowborn child?
What are you talking about?
An infant born without a soul, of course. Lord Radric has made it his first priority to eliminate this scourge from our village.
Interesting.
I should warn you, stranger. Here in Gilded Vale, we have a special place for dissidents, charlatans, and those who would hide a curse in our midst.
He steps to the side and inclines his head ever so slightly toward the deformed tree.
His lordship's wife is with child and due any day now. Without his approval, I shan't be able to find you a permanent settlement. It will have to wait until after the birth. We can continue our interview then, after the bell tolls from Radric's hold to signal my lord's new heir. In the meantime, you can find temporary accommodations at the inn just southwest of here.
Just southwest. Okay, I'll try and remember that. I've been feeling strange ever since a close call with the Biowac. Is there someone in town who could help?
Whatever your problem, it sounds like a matter for an animancer. However, the only animancer in Gilded Vale isn't in any condition to speak. Consider yourself fortunate. After she failed Lord Radric, we saw to it that she wouldn't profit from the misplaced trust of others. A bad cure is often worse than none at all. But if you're set on finding a bottle of troll piss or a dead Audra pebble to rub on your forehead, you're welcome to check her pockets. A little corpse stink is nothing when you're digging for shit. My advice, however, is to be satisfied that you escaped and leave it at that.
This man isn't very nice, is he? You said something about Hollowborn and Widewind's legacy before. He blinks. I forget that you foreigners do not have this curse in your homelands. The Hollowborn have been a scourge upon the Briarwood for almost 15 years now. He lowers his voice to a whisper. Children born without souls. He shakes his head. Pitiful, dumb things that breathe, but do not truly live. Some say the Hollowborn are a disease. Some say they are a punishment from the gods. He raises his empty hands. In truth, no one knows. But they began spreading after the Saints' War, and so the name Widewind's legacy stuck in honor of that fool, blasphemous pretender. His voice shakes with vitriol. I see. Before I got here, I saw several people conducting a strange ceremony near some ruins. It regards you carefully. You want to mind when you mention that. Trespassing on Engwithian ruins is illegal, not to mention dangerous. You probably saw someone attempting some new ritual to appease the gods. People will try anything these days. The Wrath have mercy. We certainly have. I don't think so. Just as they finished, there was a Biowac. He polishes his spectacles on his sleeve. If you'd been that close to a Biowac, you wouldn't be standing here. Raises a valid point. Alright, goodbye.
Keep out of...
Listen!
2 tolls. Let that be the last.
3. God
gods have mercy.
It seems your arrival is ill-timed.
Uh-oh.
3 bells toll only for the death of a Radric. I fear Lord Radric's heir is lost, or else Hollowborn, and so lost all the same. You should tread carefully. Circumstances have changed a great deal.
What do you mean? You come to us at a time of mourning. Legacy has struck at the heart of Gilded Vale. Our efforts to redeem ourselves in the eyes of Barath must be redoubled. He sets a steady gaze on you. What happened? He shrugs one bony shoulder. I will know more details when the messengers arrive. The vagaries of childbirth, perhaps. That is not your concern. Does this affect the Lord's offer to new settlers? I can be sure of nothing right now. I advise you to get some rest. The inn or a stable, for all I care. Find me afterwards. I will know more soon enough. I do not like you. Is there anyone else I can actually talk to here? Archer Sellsword? Okay, so he's still there. Can we actually loot anyone on the tree? A very bizarre thing to say, but... There's Eder? Oh, I don't want to go down the stairs. I want to speak to this man. There we go.
Were you looking for someone in that tree? I could introduce you.
Strange way to talk about your dead. He looks up at the tree and breathes out. Half the town's up there now. Seems like. No right way to talk about it. Looking for someone who can help me feel better? He gives an understanding nod as he takes a long drag from his pipe. My condolences. He exhales and turns his attention away, watching the village around him. Didn't help very much, did it? Let's have a look at the tree. Scattered between the roots are bracelets of twine and bead, wilting flowers, and notes half erased by the rain. Doesn't appear like I can interact with anything on the tree. Blood moss. It's down here. Not related, I don't think. Oh, it's in there. So it's in these ruins. Should we go check what's in this ruin? This is going to get me killed, isn't it? This is how I die in these games. Discovered the Temple of Eothas. Who are you? Villager? Talk to named characters. I'm not going to waste my time otherwise. What's down here? Could this be a crypt? Oh, there is somebody down here. A rising sun and the 3 dawn stars. The symbol of Eothas. Wretched beasts. A man lies resting against the wall, lit by the dim illumination of the fading sconces. He has a gaunt, ox-like aspect, and his face is pale and damp with sweat. One arm is held loosely against his side, sleeve soaked with blood. He gives you an anxious glance as you near, his features twisted with pain. Have a care if you mean to go in. He casts a quick look towards the doorway to his left. This place is not so empty as I thought. This temple isn't what it used to be. Probably for the best, times being as they are. He groans and shifts position, wincing. I'm no looter, if that's what you're thinking. Not one of the faithful either, just wanted to do some good, I suppose. My arm got clawed up for it. He regards you wearily. Maybe you'd have better luck. Better luck with what? The man points a finger upward. These ruins around us used to be a temple of Eothas, the scattered god. A grand temple at that. Worshippers would come from all over the Direwood, from Redoras even. Until the war, of course. Even then, you'd get some of the stubborn ones, the ones that couldn't get it through their heads that their god was dead and gone. Once the legacy started, Lord Radric decided he'd been too lenient on the Athosians. He had his people go in and put them to the sword, left them down there, buried under a heap of rock. After that, Redrick ordered the temple sealed. It's been years. Like that. Up until recently. Lord Redrick hopes that if we rededicate the temple to a living god, then we'll be forgiven, and the legacy will end, see? He smiles, wearily. But until then, the temple is as you see it, unguarded. That's where you come in. Withen licks his lips. Those priests. Maybe they didn't have a lick of sense between them, but they still didn't deserve to go like that, chopped down in their own god's house. Doesn't sit right with me. If you can get down there, find their remains, maybe we can finally give them a proper burial. Withen breathes out. No small task. There's coin in it for you, if you need motivating. I take it you aren't supposed to be in here. Withen laughs, bleakly. Well, I'm meant to be in and out. Nice and quick. I'm not hurting anyone, it's just... Lord Redrick's forbidden anyone having anything to do with the scattered god. It'd be a little harder to explain to him than you. It's a good cause though, isn't it? And you could make some coin in the process. Wait, you want me to bring you some skeletons? I'll bury them where they are if I could. I know it's a little macabre, but if we don't get them out now, Redrick's liable to destroy whatever's left of them. I have some questions first. Why can't you do this yourself? Well, I tried. Only got a short ways in before I got over my head. Withen grimaces. I haven't raised a blade in a long time. Turns out it isn't something you can just pick up again. But you look like someone who can handle yourself. Who are you anyway? Withen offers you a weak grin. Name's Worthen. I've lived in the Gilded Vale long enough to remember how grand it used to be. He shrugs and looks away. I used to help the temple sometimes. Bring supplies, that's all. Won't Lord Redrick mind us digging around down here? I won't go telling him about it. Lingering in these places is no good for anyone. But you do this quick and quiet, and we can do right by those priests without raising a fuss. Any chance there's something down there worth a little more than some old bones? Probably. Nobody's been through the place since it was sealed up. Well, apart from me, and I didn't touch anything. Any valuables in there, you get first crack at them. I only ask that you do this favour for me while you're at it. Alright, I'll find them. Then by the flame, I owe you a good turn. But listen, the temple's been sealed off for so long, it's crawling with creatures. But if you get past them, the priests would have been down on the lower floor. They'll be there still, if they're anywhere. Those priests had all kind of secret chambers, switches in the walls, trick sconces, that kind of thing. Keep an eye out and take care down there. I wouldn't want to have to send someone else after your remains. I'll wait here by the stairs and keep a lookout. Maybe try patch myself up some. Do I want to do this on my own? I'm on my own. Well, we've got Blythe. Is F5 quick save? It is. Right, we're going to drop a quick save there just in case. Let's...
Easy does it.
Something's looking right at me. Oh, it's him. It's the man. Probably should have seen that coming. We didn't find the socket for the gem in the ruins. Damn it. I forgot about that. I just left. I didn't think about it. I've just thought about it now when I'm in here. Oh, my apologies. Maybe we can go back. There's a spider in there. I mean, if it's just spiders, that shouldn't be so bad between me and Blythe. Another spider? Oh, get him, doggo. I should point out this is yet again, I'm recording this straight after the last episode, so any information that people have given me in the comments, I haven't read. Eventually it'll trickle down into the episodes, I promise, but can I set an AI on the dog? I'd like to just make it so the dog just, you know, attacks. Oh.
Let's wash that down with an antidote.
I've been poisoned, haven't I? How long is that going to last? Okay, that long. That did a lot more damage than I was anticipating. Alright, so note to self. We want to be far away from these guys. Oh, luckily we do heal after combat. but it goes... Our health pool, of course.
Yeah?
Let's see what's in here. Stuff on the shelves. Oh. Get him, dog. Oh god, there's more than one of them. Let's do a wounded shot. Wounding shot. Uh-oh. Yeah, my dog is taking a lot of damage right now. Blythe!
Mm-hmm.
You'll be fine, Blythe. Uh-oh. He's disengaged. Get him!
Hey there.
Uh-oh.
Hey there.
I haven't quite mastered the
Sure.
combat
I'll
yet.
teach you a lesson.
There we go, that was a mess. Probably didn't have I activated slow mode. Hey, some ears. It's okay, look, we're healing up, it's all good. Does Blythe share my health pool? That's the question I want to know. What have we got in here? A scroll of jolting touch. That sounds like it could be useful. Beloved land, poems from Ear Glanfath. The tree, the wind, who shall hear the voice of the wind? Its beauty resplendent, unseen, intangible, its tongue whispers the oath. I move, I carry, always will I fly, and always will I change. For nothing is permanent, nothing escapes my grasp. Who shall call the heart of the wind? It travels swiftly, fiercely, untouchable. Its fist howls the promise. I push, I break, never will I stop, and never will I land. All is in my domain, and all bend to my will. Who shall resist the force of the wind? Its anger presses, pushes, drives. And the tree answers its call. Yes, your voice is loud, your name is grand, your force is mighty. I shall not resist, I will not defy, I will bend. Your power shall wash over me. You want me to bow, I will bow. But I will always stand, I will always return, I will always recover. That is my pledge, that is my promise, that is my oath. Interesting. I mean, I'll pick it up. Who knows, maybe we can put it in like a library. This. Monsters of the Deadfire Archipelago. I'm not going to read that. I'm going to take it with me. Maybe I'll read it at some point. I don't want to destroy my voice and then spend most of the episode reading a book about monsters in the Deadfire Archipelago. Oh, hello. A fine sword. Well, don't mind if I do. So there are rarity of weapons. I guess I should have seen that coming. This here. To his grace, I write to implore. The rest of this letter is crossed out in several places and then abandoned altogether. These prayer scrolls are coated in a thick layer of grime and dust. Silver Fenning. Hey, money. Never say no to something.
I'll take a peek.
I'm hoping we're going to see some sort of like secret
there.
switch or something, but it hasn't happened.
This calls for a subtle touch.
Yeah, lockpicking failed. I don't have lockpicking, I'm afraid. Which is a bit weird, isn't it? You'd think my character would have lockpicking, but it does not. A bookcase. The Great Western Stag. Oh dear, that's another big book. And Book of Verses. Not quite so big, but I'll take them with me. Maybe I'll read them one day. This. We can interact with it. I guess it's the other side of the wall, maybe? Just have a quick look at the map. Yeah, so we haven't been down here. Oh dear. Blythe wasn't invisible.
Hey there.
Uh-oh. Hey. Keep up the fire. And now he carries on firing. Very strange. I probably should be using the
And that's
wounded
how
shots.
it's done.
Very strange combat system. I'm used to like turn-based combat rather than this like not. It's kind of turn-based, but it's live turn-based. So yeah, it's good. I just got to get used to it. Take all of that. Thing in here. Look at the table. Vermin have scoured these plates. The mold still grows in green, black clumps across the table. Anything in here? I'm gonna go back into
Easy
sneaky
does
mode.
it.
Sneaky sneak mode. So far there's nothing particularly nasty in here, just a couple of... Okay, they're kind of nasty. Relatively nasty. Is this a dead end down this way? Looks dead-endy. I could do with getting a rogue that has like high mechanics or something, just so we can spot hidden things and break into places. It's kind of a hole in the party right now. Oh, that and a tank! Oh dear.
Show 'em how it's done!
Get him. Huh.
Hey there.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Screw it up. Do I only get so many of those per rest, I guess? That makes sense.
Hey there.
Oh, there's a number there.
And that's how it's done.
Uh-oh. Blythe is about to get hurt very badly. Uh-oh. Bonded grief. Oh, that's not good.
That's
Run.
not what I was expecting.
Run.
Show 'em how it's done!
Oh dear. Ouch. When a party member is reduced to 0, they are knocked out. This means they are out of the fight. As long as your side is victorious, they will regenerate there. Well, now we're dead. Okay. Maybe we need to get some party members first. Do we think that's a good idea?
Sure.
Yeah. Do we have this in our journal? Is this now a thing we can... Vengeance from the grave, find the man with the blade cloak. See, a small part of me wants to do this, but then I just think, well, we don't have enough people. Alright. I'm going to leave that in the episode as well, because, you know, failure is important. Let's find our way to the inn. Knowing how this normally goes, I'll find somebody who can help me. The real question is the inn in town? Aloth. Who's Aloth? The named character, so it's probably important. Wrath's Bell. Is this the inn? It looks inny. You see 4 people gathered by the door of the inn. Their raised voices and chopping gestures suggest an argument reaching its climax. The first figure raises his hand for calm. His face is partially obscured by a hood, and his height and stature suggest an elf.
I meant no offense. Let's put this matter to rest over a round, shall we? My treat.
Hoping to soothe our pride with a few Adira coppers, eh? We don't need your coin.
We can either say what's going on, say nothing, or everyone calm down, whatever this is about. I'm sure it's an overreaction. Or we can go, oh, fight. Let's go, what's going on? One of the other men points at the hooded elf. His eyes are red from drink, but his gaze is focused. Mocking us even while he shelters in our village. Just goes to show you what these fancy Adir manners are worth. We don't take to that kind of treatment, not from foreigners, and especially not from Adrians.
Go on. Say it again. I'm itching for an excuse.
Fie, you're itching for the kindling touch of your sister, you cocksfeather!
Excuse me?
I'll cut that barrel-licking tongue out of your head.
This is a misunderstanding. I didn't say whatever it is you think I said. We've nigh quarrel.
Uh-oh.
That's where you're wrong.
I don't think attacking him is such a good idea. Back down, all of you. This is absurd. This is unnecessary. Wouldn't you rather be inside drinking than out here arguing? Let's say that. We don't want your charity either, foreigner. They squint at you through red, bleary eyes. It sounds suspiciously like you're defending him. Oh, bugger it. How does this always happen? Right, well, Blythe. These look a little bit easier than spiders and monsters, so, get. But I didn't like slow-mo. Oh. Oh. My god. As the last of the attackers falls, the elf turns to you. The tension almost gone from his smooth face.
Not quite how I hoped to get to know the neighbors. Thank you for your timely assistance with that awkward situation.
I'm glad I could help.
Courtesy is a rare pleasure in these parts, though your accent suggests that you are no more local than I.
He straightens his hood, and you note the remains of fraying embroidery on his gloves. His boots are caked with the dirt of many months' travel, but the leatherwork beneath. It is sturdy and fine.
Well, I suppose introductions are in order after that little fiasco. Aloth Corvisor, at your service.
Oh, tell me about yourself.
Well, I'm a wizard by training, and an adventurer by necessity. I was born in the Seathwood, part of the mainland of the Adir Empire, and both of my parents served the nobility, which afforded me an education for which I'm grateful. However, there were no open positions in those houses, and so I decided to seek new means in a new land. And how exactly did you come to be here?
I was travelling with a caravan, but we were separated near some ruins.
In Gwithan ruins? Oh, those can be dangerous places during the best of times, which these are not. In half the locals would arrest you for trespassing and the rest would kill you outright. I'm curious, what exactly did you find there?
A bivouac.
And you survived? I've heard such a thing was impossible. But it seems you either have a knack for timing or the favor of the gods.
What are you doing in the Gilded Vale?
An excellent question. I came looking for fresh air and cheap land. Instead, the magistrate gave me directions to the inn and a story about the local lord's expectant wife. But I take it that's a familiar tale.
It is indeed. And you, like you said, I'm also a settler. I've been experiencing strange things of late. I'm looking for an expert on souls.
Indeed. The local lord has searched far and wide for similar specialists, and he has rid himself of them almost as desperately.
He nods at the gnarled old tree in the centre of town. His darting glance takes in the tumble-down buildings and the fallow, rock-strewn fields. I expect that such expertise would be best sought elsewhere. Just how did you manage to cross those 3 drunks?
I'm afraid that was a matter of misunderstandings and mistranslations. It doesn't help that people in these parts remember their war with Adir like it was yesterday.
You did tell that one man to go fuck his sister. Ah, that! He clears his throat and adjusts his sleeves. As I tried to tell them, they misheard me. Happens all too easily after a few pints, and the accent doesn't help. Yes, I heard the same thing. For a moment, he looks as if he's about to say something else. His expression brightens with mischief, but before he can speak, he forces a tight smile, biting his lip so hard you expect to see blood. Finally, his face relaxes, and he shakes his head. I should speak more clearly next time. My apologies. You don't exactly look like a settler.
Begging your pardon, but neither do you. Yet, circumstances can find a person in the strangest of places.
I guess I should get going.
As should I, given recent events. It's just as well. I've had enough of the watered wine and lumpy beds at the inn. They say even the owner tired of the place. Just up and left one day. It explains quite a lot about the upkeep. Perhaps I could join you. I could use a change of scenery, and I find it's better to travel in numbers.
Oh, so do I. Let's go then.
Excellent. I shall follow you.
So who is this man, and do these people have anything in their pockets? Money? Hey. I don't think we need clubs and things. So who is this
How may I
man?
help?
What does he have? He is a mage? A second level wizard? Oh, he's a second level wizard, hey? He is very good with lore. I think he's actually better at lore than I am. Yes, he is. Okay. He has got 1 mechanics, which is quite nice. He has a lot of spells. Can I actually see these spells anywhere? Alchemir's dazzling lights overwhelms anyone in the area with an effect of brilliant and bewildering pyrotechnic display, decreasing their will and leaving them dazed. A fan of flames creates a cone of fire in front of the caster, causing burn damage to anyone in the area of effect. Sunless grasp. Caster's hands become so cold as to freeze what they touch. Does freeze damage to a target and reduces its accuracy. Minor missiles. Magic missile. Summons 3 spell missiles that batter the target, inflicting crush and corrode damage. Wizard's double creates a duplicate of the caster to distract enemies. Interesting. And his talent is blast. Generates a blast on the target when using a wand, rod or scepter, doing a modest amount of damage. All enemies in a small area around the target. A wand, rod or scepter. Doesn't he have a hammer? I swear he has a hammer. Oh no, he does. He has a scepter. It's okay. A scepter and a rapier. And a book. A grimoire. Oh, so this is how you equip spells. You can have so many level 1s all the way up to higher. 10. We don't have wizard's double, but we have everything else. Okay, well, I'm interested to see how that's going to work. Wizards have the ability to learn a staggering number of spells, but they are always limited by the capacity of their grimoires. At any given time, a grimoire may only contain 4 spells of each level. Click on a spell in the right panel to remove it from the grimoire. Add spells to empty slots by clicking on the spell in the left panel. Wait, so I remove Fan of Flames, click it, put it back in there. Wizard double. Okay, cool. Can he scribe? Because we have like Tanglefoot. Don't think it works like that somehow. Oh well, put it in quick items.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Go into the inn. The floorboards are sticky with spills that no one bothered to clean. Some kind of brown slop is congealing in these dishes. It smells burnt. Some grain and milk. My grain and milk now. Anyone of note in here? Villager, villager, villager. Orlean server. Elena Vertivo? I do believe I remember reading something about yellow names being Kickstarter backers. I remember it from a while ago. In Firth, that would be stealing. Spoons hang by the fire, coated in brownish gunk. This is the man we saved. That's you, my saviour! He makes a sweeping gesture to indicate the kitchen around you. So good to be back. Do not think I will let this go unrewarded. I have decided that you have earned the right to learn one of my most closely guarded secrets, my dearest recipe. After this, you will eat nothing else. The party has gained a recipe. Savoury pie. A savoury pie to keep you hale and hearty. May it serve you well in your travels. Oh, thank you. Never say no, I suppose. Some kind of brown slop is congealing in these dishes. Smells burned.
Yeah?
I'm starting to think he might not be a very good cook.
Hail and well met.
Hello and welcome to the innkeeper looks up. Oh, it's you! Tenforth told us what you did for him. Such a relief to have him back. I can't thank you enough. Consider yourself a favourite of the house. Discounts on your drinks, rooms. Tenforth said he wanted to whip up something nice for you. He's already back to work in the kitchen. So, what would you like? I'd like a room, please. I could use some reliable help. Do you know anyone looking for work? Oh well, I wouldn't say I can speak from experience, but we do have certain sorts coming by looking for work from time to time. If you want to hire someone on, I'd be happy to send them your way. Oh, let me see what I have to work with. Oh, so this is where I can just make custom characters. Okay, well I don't want to do that yet. Even if I wanted to, I can't afford it. Late for dinner? I'll speak with the innkeeper at the Black Hound Inn. Okay.
How do you do?
I'd like to know more about the Black Hound. Really? Well, let me see. The actual building's been here for years, but the Black Hound's fairly new. We get a lot of new faces in here too. Fewer than we used to. I'll admit. Tenforth's the big draw. I'm sure we'll get the big crowds back again in no time. I used to work the tables, actually, until the old owner up and left. Nobody's sure what happened to him. Even left his poor hound behind. That's the name, see? Black Hound. It's still sitting upstairs pining after him. Poor old girl. Place ended up in my hands somehow. My very own inn. A lot of hard work involved, but it's been worth it so far. Please sit where you'd like. Would you like a drink or a room? We have 2 available at the moment. I'm afraid we can't offer much by the way of a good meal today. Guys, unless you are fond of cold porridge. Can we just get a room? Certainly, you're always welcome. The common room? Inns allow characters to rest without using camping supplies. Cheap rooms are usually available, but if you have copper to spend, you may consider the more expensive options. The bonuses they provide last for a long time and affect the entire party. Rest in the common room for 0 copper? Yeah, let's do it. We're going to be cheap until we make loads of money. Your sleep. Restless and fevered. Assaulted by hisses and whispers. Blanketed with a suffocating anxiety. Open your eyes to awaken and find yourself in front of Gilded Vale's gallows tree. The creaking of its ropes growing louder in your mind until the sound is deafening. Hanging from the tree is an old dwarf woman whose face has shriveled inward like mouldering fruit. Her head hangs limply to one side. As you look at her, she looms larger and larger in your mind until she is mere inches from your face. Suddenly, her head snaps up and her eyes open. They are empty, and behind them is a vast nothingness that makes your stomach drop. Her mouth slowly parts, and with a gust of rancid air, she speaks a word. Watcher. You jolt awake, the foul smell of the dwarf woman's breath still permeating your nostrils. Sweat runs down your face in thick droplets, and your skin is soaked from head to toe. You remember the woman. You remember seeing her decaying face when you spoke with the magistrate. He called her an animancer. Though it fills you with a new, queasy apprehension, you feel a strange compulsion to see this woman once more, if only to confirm she is truly dead. And we need to find the woman from the dream.
Sure.
But I think this is a good place for me to end this episode. One failed expedition into a church cellar later. We have a wizard and we have a new direction to go look at the tree. So I'm going to thank you all very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, let me know what you think. Your comments are greatly appreciated. Thank you again to the members of the channel. It really does help keep the channel going. And as always, see you next time.